we have the newspapers, and the MPP and notable personalities of the party are dominating the front pages. We'll start with the Daily Graphic.
Okay. And another Legon terror arrested. That should be some good news. This full story on page 16. And Baumia doubts success of IMF bailouts. Abandoned project impedes work at Kaneshi Polyclinic. But the banner headline is NPP boils over moves to promote affirmative action. And I've been following keenly these things that are happening, particularly, you know, with...
you know what I think? I feel that we live in a male-dominated, chauvinistic society. So it's very difficult for us to access some of these things. And I feel it's not right. The point is, all the 16 seats are safe seats if we're committed as a country to making sure we promote equality. Then there should be nothing wrong if we know that we're definitely going to win the seat anyway.
Yeah.
But how do we make sure that we get a lot more women in parliament and give the voice to the generations that will be ahead of us? That's the critical thing that we need to think about.
Well, I'm also looking from it from, you know, the communication angle, and I feel that perhaps the party didn't communicate well. No, because how did they come to...
No matter how it was communicated, we're going to get some of these backlashes anyway, because it's a decision taken by the National Executive Council.
Yeah, but some of these things should not just be a decision.
And decisions that are taken by the National Executive Council are expected to be announced.
It's the executive committee.
Okay,
the
that's expected to be announced. They went to a meeting, at the close of the meeting.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that some of these things, this is big. This is really big, because yesterday I heard, I don't know if it was a joke, that people had even started doing their flyers, people who are interested in contesting.
Well, women?
You know, no, because nobody knew there was going to be a directive like this. So I'm just saying that they should have done their grassroots work, work better. Because, you know, some people were protesting, especially yesterday at the headquarters. They're not interested in Eslowusu, for instance. So are you telling such people that, okay, it's either you take her or it's another woman. It cannot be any other person.
And the other side of the conversation, I feel, is also because of our deeper understanding of what the role of the parliamentarians are and how we seem to have diluted the roles of the parliamentarians. I mean, the political parties themselves, because they go around when they're campaigning, promising heaven. Well, they'll help in lobbying for schools to be constructed, roads to be constructed, etc. But the point is, if we were sticking to the roles of the legislators, we wouldn't have been having difficulties putting women in parliament. Because then their role wouldn't have been attending perhaps funerals, attending outdoor activities, or even helping in payment of school fees, etc.
Wow,
but we have pushed all this
issue of affirmative action. Sure. I guess we'll be talking about it for a very long time to come.
Right, front page of the Daily Guide. NDC has smart drunkards. $100 million for Dumso. Demo rocks MPP. Naked protest hits KMA boss. And those are the stories we have on the front page of the Daily Guide.
Okay, I'll do the Chronicle newspaper next. The front page of the Chronicle. Mahama warned over Amidu, citizen vigilante's life is in your hands. This warning is coming from the PNF. Can I find it? Can I find the full story and read a bit for you? I'll keep trying, but in the meantime, hands off Betty. NDC group is also saying, and Tofiakwa, I reject Letha's bait, says Martin Amidu, and leave Kofi Boache. That would definitely be the police commander in the Ashanti region. But let's see if I can share a couple of the stories with you in the Chronicle beyond just the headline. This story about Mahama warned over Midu says that the Progressive National Forum has vowed to hold the government of John Dramani Mahama responsible should anything unpleasant happen to Martin Amidu, popularly known as Citizen Vigilante. The former Attorney General and Minister of Justice reportedly stated over the weekend that he did not fear death in the rejoinder directed at his detractors. Well, you can read further what the Progressive National Forum is saying. about Martin Amidu. But he's also come out to say that nobody has attacked him, so it doesn't sound like his life is in danger. But Hands of Betty, a group calling itself Kwabre Democrats Front, has jumped to the defense of the former Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Mrs. Betty Molde-Drisu, over calls for her arrest and prosecution in the controversial Woyome saga. So Woyome won't go away, Martin Amidu won't go away, Betty Molde-Drisu certainly won't go away. Quickly on Kofi Boakye, let's see if I can find that story and share a bit of it for you. Okay, can I? I'm not getting the story. I keep looking for it and then I'll share with you. But back page of the Chronicle, KK Sapon, 7 Kotoko was most regrettable. So the former Kumasi Asante Kotoko boss, Dr. KK Sapon, says he regrets leading the club and insists he has no plans of returning or contesting for the Ghana Football Association.
And following that, we've had Kwame Banyako.
Yeah.
And, you know, he was also...
He was speaking for the club,
yes,
I remember.
yes. He was then a lecturer at the University of Ghana in the Economics Department, Dr. Kwame Banyako. And he was also a board member at the time. And it's contrary to what the opinion was, the club really owes the board members. So
oh, really?
A couple of them over 60,000 or 600,000 Ghana cedis, I believe.
Yeah, well, but isn't that the problem? When they are there and there are issues, they don't talk about it.
Well, I guess
so
we all do things for
isn't
our
it a bit too late now?
We'll see how that goes for him.
Yeah, I'm done with the Chronicle, though.
Front page of the Ghanaian Times. VR Fisheries Director arrested for defilement. Parent can't pay for medical forms to pursue rape cases. MPP approves roadmap for primaries. Will kill you. Sakawa boys threaten Northern Regional Minister. And Dr. Baumia criticized government smart borrowing.
Roland, I'm interested in that Volta Region Fisheries Director or
Volta
VR.
Region,
What's
it's
that?
VR.
What is VR? Like, I'm interested in a bit of the story.
VR. The Volta Regional Director of Fisheries. Oh, okay. The Volta Regional Director of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Matthew Oyi, was arrested on Monday and placed in police custody for allegedly defiling a 14-year-old junior high school pupil. And a police inquest said that he had an amorous relationship with a girl since June, or has been having it with a girl since June last year. And the gentleman is a married father of 2 and is in his mid-60s. But we should also say that this is under investigation.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, his picture and his name and every detail is out there.
Well, he's in police custody.
So that makes it a public issue?
Sure.
Okay. But so the story I was looking for in page 14, the Chronicle.
But I think that somebody's got to be interested for it to be on the front page, I think. Because,
well, he's a heavyweight, so... But my only issue is, if you haven't been found guilty of an offense such as this, and this is one issue that will get a lot of people bashing you, you know, whether you're guilty or not, for the fact that you've been arrested alone. And so, well, I don't know, I'm just... Okay, Roland, what's at the back page of the Ghanaian Times? I'm not sure we quite got that.
Okay, back page. Sorry, TB prevalence high in Ghana. TB is tuberculosis. And you have a picture there of Dr. Francisca Jatta, or Mrs. Francisca Jatta, the national lab or laboratory focal person, explaining how the TB machine works to Dr. Apia Dintra, who is the Director General of the Ghana Health Service. Down there we have government put smiles on faces of Myong rainstorm victims. And Myong is in the northern region. You have a picture there of Alhaji Lemuna Muniru, who is the regional director of the north.
And you know the TB, the tuberculosis prevalence. You know, this was revealed yesterday in connection with the World Tuberculosis
and the prevalence
Day.
rate is.
We're told that, you know, the predictions that was given to us. We've done. I think we're like 3 times higher the number that was
the normal rate.
Yes, but you can read the details of that in the Ghanaian Times, and you can also please read this. This is Ebo Kwanse's piece about Hands of Kofi Boakye in the Chronicle. You can grab it and read it. But let me do the Finder. The Finder newspaper: Metro Mass in big mess, loses about 12.8 million Ghana cedis monthly. Some 531 out of 800 operational buses packed. Issues about Metromass also won't certainly go away until we start doing the right things. But how can we be losing 12.8 million Ghana cedis monthly? How much are they making? How much profit are we making out of Metromass? Is it useful to us? You know, after all these revelations, should we just give it to a private person to be running it? But that's, I guess, questions for all of us to be thinking about. Revolts in NPP over NEC directive. So people are not only reacting per the Finder to that NPP directive in the Greater Accra region, as we saw in the NPP headquarters yesterday, but we're told that it's also happening elsewhere. Okay, so Dr. Baumia paints all full picture of the economy. I was taking notes. I'll share with you in a little bit. I was taking notes.
I was on my Twitter handle and retweeting. I was retweeting, I believe, different of my Coffee Days tweets all the time. And I knew, instead of taking the notes, I knew that my retweet, I can always make a reference to them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that was smart. So you're smarter. I guess that's what. But I believe in the old.
Yeah, the old way. This longhand. It works in the, I think, pre-independence days. Gorgesburg, say Alan Benz, their time.
So you're saying that I'm old school? That's fine.
Well, you're young, but you did it in the old school.
I'm good.
Okay, let me do this before you do this one. Front page of the Herald: dictator in yellow, Akufo-Addo cracks NPP, snubs defiant Paula Foko Kennedy, Japan, and Samuel Uku. Angry supporters storm headquarters. Fuel shortage looms as BDCs claim 2 billion Ghana city government debt, $175 million US release for KJTS central market. NPP MPs trip Brazil to study projects. You have up there some hidden facts about William and Waterville deal coming up. Next paper, the New Statesman: IMF anchor won't hold. Dr. Baumia says inflation and GDP figures are not credible and reconcilable. And we also have Akufo-Addo MPP second best wishes for Nigeria's elections. Send best wishes. I said second best. Sorry, I'm too smart for Tony Edu up there. Martin Amido, who is still going on with his issues in the media, and 3.5 acre warehouse for sale lease at blah blah blah. This is an advert. New Statement. Sorry. I don't know who will be such at, whether me or the New Statement.
Let me do the Today newspaper quickly. Front page of the Today newspaper: Amidu takes corruption fight to Litha and the Attorney General, and chaos in MPP over next affirmative action. Indum's take on Woyome's ruling, I guess, is still trending, obviously, in the Today newspaper. But that's it for the paper, Roland. We're done.
Okay, we have this one. It's intriguing because he's a regular contributor to issues of the economy on this very program. Dr. John Gachi, senior economist or chartered economist, and also a lecturer with the University of Cape Coast Business School, saying Moody's downgrading of Ghana's economy is biased. I don't know whether it's the paper who is misquoting. I guess we have to call him and
well, you don't agree that he could say something like that?
Because
he has an opinion.
Moody is an internationally recognized,
so they cannot be challenged? Is that what you're saying?
Reliable.
So you're saying they cannot be challenged?
But how can you say?
Hello?
All the indicators indicate that we're not doing too well as an economy. So you can't say they are too biased, are they? I'm also
that will be your opinion, but I think he's absolutely entitled to what he wants to say.
Okay, Dr. Gandhi.
And he's ended. He's an economist.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I think you've hit me in the rib. I won't say anything more. Graphic Sports, that's the last report we're looking at. Oli Chase Duncan over blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure whether they gave him this amount, but if they did, I guess they would want to collect about 168,000 Ghana cedis. And apparently over the weekend, we had the Ayew brothers striking. And contrary to all the things I think about Jordan Ayew, he has been scoring good goals. And in 23 games in the Ligue 1, he scored 14 goals this season.
Really?
That's an average a striker could score in any league. I think he's doing well. And apparently his brother also scored over the weekend.
Jordan?
No, Didier Ayew. Jordan scored 14, has scored 14 in 23 games. And Didier Ayew scored over the weekend as well.
Okay, good for them.
Sure. Good footballing family.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what amongst the things that I wrote down yesterday as Dr. Baumia was speaking. This is about the divergent estimates on food prices that he talked about, and the differences between the Statistical Service and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. We've got a lot more to come your way later on, so just stay with us. We'll be breaking down the things that Dr. Baumia said yesterday as he delivered that speech. Okay, so more of that here on the show, Roland.
We're taking a break. When we come back, Baba Tando will be here with a lot more sports.